What is your most memorable role to date? Putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, the thing I most enjoyed,
Yeah,
yeah.
the thing you most enjoyed.
I'd say, for me, a big turning point was Thor 3, Thor Ragnarok, because it was, we sort of reinvented the world and the character, and working with Taika Waititi, the director, was just one of the funnest experiences I've ever had, and it had all become a little familiar for me at that point, prior to that film, and the first meeting I had with him, we both sort of said, oh God, what else could we do different? How can we surprise people? And every day became about an exploration and trying something different, and incredibly freeing experience, and people responded to it more than they had before, and so that was a win, yeah.
You got your acting break in a soap opera back in Australia a pretty long time ago, and from soap operas to, mega stardom in Hollywood. Has that meteoric rise sunk in yet?
It's all the same, to be honest.
Yeah?
It's all, cameras, crew, script,
But the fan base.
quality of the scripts change. The fan base is pretty heavy and intense on Home and Away too, but
Yeah?
TV is, I think, is interesting because you exist in people's living rooms. People are watching you 5 nights a week, and that, so there's a bit of an ownership there with you. And whereas film, generally speaking, people leave their house, leave their environment, and go and watch it in a whole nother. It's a whole nother experience. So there's I remember there was, when I was on Home and Away, people would sort of run up and feel like they knew you. It wasn't just like they were a fan of the show or the character. You're in my my living room every night when I'm having dinner,
Yeah.
and so you're part of the family. So there was I noticed the change in the audience response, I guess. I love the film side of things as far as changing characters, changing locations, working with different directors, different actors. I loved my time on that TV show, but I did 3.5 years on it, and so it was a lot of sort of repetition, it felt like, and I learnt a ton from it, but I do prefer doing films now.
Okay, now let's talk about your physique. I'm sure it takes a lot of work to maintain Thor's image and body. Can you share some workout tips with us?
Yeah, for Thor, it tends to be a lot of sort of heavy lifting and, big weights, lots of food, lots of protein, because you're trying to gain that mass. But my day-to-day training tends to be much more functional and a lot of different multi-cross-training sort of circuits. Lift some sort of biceps or chin-ups, and then do some sprints and then some squats and some sit-ups, and just keep kind of hitting different parts of the body. That I find is the most effective way.
Do you have
stay
cheat
fit.
days?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, what do you cheat on?
I got a real sweet tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of chocolate, ice cream, things like that.
Good
What
to
about
know. Oh, for me, dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate.
All the way.
No, I don't. I like it's kind of like 70%
Oh, yeah,
dark
at
chocolate,
least,
but
yeah.
anything more gets a little rich for me.
I could do the 85%.
85? That's
Yeah,
intense.
But
Okay.
it's too sweet. Nah, got to keep this physique too, Yeah. Now, where do you take first-time visitors to Australia?
Well, where I live is northern New South Wales, a place called Byron Bay, and I think it's one of the most beautiful spots in the country. So,
I've been there.
and I tend not to leave when I'm in Australia. So, if people come and see me, I'll go, great, here it is. this is the spot,
Come to
and
Mount.
that's it. But there's a ton of great restaurants. There's a lot of farmers markets where we are. A lot of great surf spots. Lennox Head, Broken Head, the Pass.
Yeah.
Up and down the coast where I live is pretty stunning.
So what's next for you? You said your time with TV, you did it before. It's kind of repetitive now. You like doing film. What's next?
I'd like to direct at some point. I've got a lot of sort of acting things still going on and loving that. I kind of just want to be home more, I'm getting more and more choosy and picky with the kind of work I'm doing, and and also sort of the locations where they shoot. Trying to, I now have to think about my wife and I. We have to think about, well, if this shoots in this country or this town or whatever, where do the kids go to school and how does that work? So there's a lot more things that come into play now, but I just sort of enjoying being home as much as possible at the moment.
Yeah. Could we ever see you dabble in music, maybe?
No, not really. I love music, and I listen to music constantly, but I'm not gifted in that department at all. So, fortunately for you and the rest of the world, you won't be hearing me.
So we'll see you, hopefully, in the next Avengers movie.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
No spoilers, but unless you see the last one,
I did.
there's your answer.
Yeah.